Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Franklin High School and Howard Gamble Stadium for Homecoming 2025. Tonight's game features the Ravenwood Raptors and your Franklin Admirals. At this time, we ask you to direct your attention to the 50-yard line for the presentation of the 2025 Homecoming Court.
Tonight's crowns will be presented by the 2024 Homecoming Queen, Landry Clark. Representing the freshman class, Delaney Carper, escorted by Cooper Miller. Annika Schmitz, escorted by Noah Whitfield. Dre Uber, escorted by Claire McCloskey. Blair Wambacher, escorted by Luke Moss. Blair Young, escorted by Ryan Issa. Representing the sophomore class, Angie Mendez, escorted by Henry Terrell. Nora Miller, escorted by Chet Miller. Dublin Morris, escorted by Jacob Polanco. Finley Odell, escorted by Belle Martin. Representing the junior class, Abby Everett, escorted by Ben Krim. Annie Simmons, escorted by Ryder Phillips. Guy Wallace, escorted by Cora Goodson. Representing the senior class, Brown McCall, escorted by Michael Zink. Gracie McCoy, escorted by Sawyer Skelton. Leighton Stevenson, escorted by Addison Erickson. Chelsea Wilk, escorted by Charlie Terrell. The 2025 freshman royal attendant is Annika Schmitz. The sophomore royal attendant is Finley Odell. The junior royal attendant is Annie Simmons. The 2025 homecoming queen is Chelsea Wilk. Franklin Athletics, along with the Franklin Athletic Booster Club, is currently raising funds for a new Jumbotron, which will be placed in the south end zone of the stadium. We have raised over $220,000 and are over 70% of the way to our goal of $300,000. You can help get us to the finish line by scanning the QR code that is hanging on the fence along the front of the bleachers and donate tonight. If you have a business and are interested in advertising on the new board, please contact Franklin High School and talk to Jay Johnson, or email him at jayj@wcs.edu. Have you heard about the Franklin Bands? They have been invited back to Pasadena, California after 30 years to perform in the 2026 Tournament of Roses Parade on New Year's Day. As one of only 7 high school bands in the world to receive this special invitation, your flagship band is proud to represent Franklin and the great state of Tennessee. Help support their journey by texting TFB Roses to 53555 or visit thefranklinband.org to learn more.
At this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your caps for the presentation of colors. Tonight's colors are being presented by the Franklin High School J ROTC Color Guard. And now, singing tonight's national anthem, the FHS Chamber Choir, under the direction of Angela Winter.
Well, welcome in, everybody. Friday night football back on here at Franklin High School. It's homecoming 2025, and it's the Franklin Admirals hosting the Ravenwood Raptors tonight. I'm Jay Johnson alongside Rocky Jackson and Kerry Thompson tonight. Rocky, welcome in.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Another good night for football. It's a tough one.
Yeah, Ravenwood coming in tonight 3-0 on the season with wins over Lipscomb, Green Hill, and Summit. Franklin comes in, Rocky, 1-3, but those 3 losses by a combined total of 5 points, a 3-point loss and 2 1-point losses.
Yeah, it's been heartbreaking so far, you know, watching this team play. You can tell they're so close, but they got little things they got to work on, and you know, they're probably, 5 plays from being 4-0. It's ridiculous, you know. It's just the way it goes, the way it bounces sometimes. Yeah,
Franklin opened with a 20-0 win on the road at Laverne, then battled Gallatin right down to the end, losing in the last, I think, minute and 31 seconds there, and then lost on the last play of the game, actually, to Shelbyville. A field goal beat them 15-14, and then last week led until the fourth quarter before dropping a 7-6 decision at Coffee County. So they're close, and you know, could be 4-0. I would like to have this game come in 3-0 versus 4-0.
Yeah, and I think so far, you know, a lot of the mistakes have just been mental. You've had bad timing, false starts, stuff like that's just a killer. You know, in the Shelbyville game, you had drop punt, ended up being 6. You know, mistakes you can't make, right? You know, there's a difference between getting beat X's and O's or talent-wise, but it's really frustrating when you just can't put it together mentally for 4 whole quarters. But we got a homecoming tonight. We got a big team, big matchup coming in here. This is one of those games where if you're not up and ready for this one, I don't know why you're putting on those pads.
Yep.
You know.
Well, Franklin will receive to open the game here and defend the south end zone as Ravenwood comes out onto the field, and one of their players takes a spill on the way in.
Yeah, he successfully made it through the paper, but didn't make it to the other sideline. So,
but he got up quickly enough. If he hadn't, he would have gotten trampled there. So,
yeah, he didn't have much of a choice. But yeah, we got a great crowd here tonight. They let them know it right there. Franklin, this place is loaded. It's homecoming here. They just announced the homecoming court, and it's packed. We got a good night at 80 degrees for football, and we're ready to go.
Yep, homecoming. We got, I think I heard 3 class reunions here tonight. 2005, 2015, and I think I heard 2000 as the Admirals take the field.
So no Luke Thompson again tonight?
Yep, Luke Thompson will miss this game tonight. He sits this one out with an injury aggravated last week at Coffee County.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for him too.
Yep.
He just can't stay healthy. Hopefully sitting tonight, because they got a 3-game road streak after this. So hopefully he gets some rest, because they're going to need him coming up here.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me, said, when's y'all's next home game after tonight? And I said, October 24th.
Yeah.
Franklin will head to Indy next week, then to Centennial the following week. Then they'll have the bye week or the off week and come back and travel to Brentwood before finally returning home on October 24th for a game against Summit.
And followed by Halloween night at home as well.
Cordova, yes.
I don't think I've ever done a Halloween night game.
We were talking about that today. We've had several Halloween night games. One of the ones I do remember was many years ago. My daughter was young, and we played Centennial on Halloween night because I took her trick-or-treating before the game. I hustled over here and ran in about 5 minutes before kickoff to do the PA.
Just have trick-or-trunk in the parking lot and then kick it. Yeah.
Yes. So Ravenwood will kick off. Carlos Guerrero, number 23, will tee it up back for Franklin. Will be in the center there is number 22, Joseph Panea. And we are underway, and this one's going to head towards the far sideline and go through the end zone for a touchback. And the Franklin Admirals will take over 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
Yeah, you called the name there, Panea. He really, in the first 3 or 4 games, came through running back's position. He really ran well the first 3. I know they were, 1 and 3 coming into this, but he's been a bright spot. He's really ran the football well.
So number 2, sophomore Ryder Gregg at quarterback. Panea will be the tailback, as Franklin will open with 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Ravenwood in kind of an alternate look tonight. The all white with the black helmets. Hadn't seen that in a while from them.
Free play.
That movement, let's see if this is a...
I didn't see anybody from Franklin move. I know their right defensive end looked like he jumped across.
So neutral zone infraction against Ravenwood, and Franklin's picked up 5 yards, and the clock hadn't even moved yet. So same formation for Franklin. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Panea the tailback. He'll get the carry on 1st down, picking his way towards the right side. He'll be stopped for little to no gain. Ravenwood thinks the ball came out, and indeed it did, and it's going to go over. And trying to see who that is that came up with it. Looks like number 4, Jalen Pollard, comes out of the pack with it. And Rocky, not how you want to start this game.
No, not here. You're going to give it to them deep in your own territory here. Now, it's what we're getting at. These small mistakes just turn into big plays. But now defense got to hunker down right here.
So just like that, Ravenwood's offense on the field takes over at the Franklin 25-yard line.
Ravenwood starts to drive 1st and 10 from the Franklin 25.
Two senior wide receivers for Ravenwood, closest to your screen. One at the top, one running back.
And they'll go on the ground first to the left side, and picking his way forward, he'll get the 1st down and finally knocked out of bounds. is Maverick Chance, the quarterback, wearing number 0. Not a number you traditionally see a a quarterback wearing.
No, it looks odd. And I'll tell you, too, he looks a little bit bigger than your typical quarterback here. He's coming in on the paper at 210, 6'0", but he just looks larger than that from up here.
This time the give is to number 20. He cuts his way to the end zone. Touchdown for Ravenwood. Caden Pace, the junior running back. So 2 plays, and already Ravenwood's in the end zone with a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, a little bit too easy there. You can tell Ravenwood has speed getting to the outside. They're going to try to jump on that this whole game. So you had one keeper by the quarterback to the left side, one handoff to the left side. They both were able to turn the corner and get upfield.
So Ravenwood up 6-0. Extra point pending here with Carlos Guerra. And the kick is good. So it only takes 24 seconds, and Ravenwood finds pay dirt and leads at 7-0. Let's take a break. We'll be back. So back at Franklin High School, we're 24 seconds into the game, and Ravenwood with a takeaway, gets it on the 25, runs 2 plays, finds the end zone, and it is 7-0 with 11:36 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, not the way you want to start, not the way Panea wants his name called first in the game either. You know, it's just, you got to bounce back, right? Bad things happen. It's how you react to them.
So let's see how this young team does bounce back. Chase Jennings in the middle for Franklin. Back there with Howard, and this will be Howard with the return. Brings it near side, trying to turn the corner. He'll get to the outside and head to the sideline around the 20-yard line and run out of bounds.
Yeah, the crowd wanted a late hit there, but it looked like he just sprinted out of bounds. You know, it wasn't not enough room down there to stop.
Yeah. So 11:34 to go. Franklin will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Franklin begin the drive 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Greg at quarterback.
Looks like you got some communication issues going on.
Pressure coming. Swings it out into the flat, and it's incomplete. Trying to hit Panea coming out of the backfield.
Probably would have had 5, probably at least on that play. He had some green in front of him. They read the blitz coming from the weak side, and they tried a little dump off Panea coming out on a wheel route, and he just dropped it.
Yeah, I like that decision, though. I like Coach Atkins coming back to him right after the fumble.
Yeah, I'm wondering if what we thought was a communication issue was just a play change because they seen that guy creeping up.
Yep.
I want to say it was the wheel linebacker, the weak side, that was coming up on a blitz.
Keep it on the ground, straight up the middle. Maybe a yard on the play. Panea gets brought down. Peyton Husak, the linebacker. So it'll be no gain on the play. 3rd and 10, still at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, so far in this game, the cornerbacks have been really, really up on the receivers for Franklin. I'm sure they'll give him a little bit of cushion here, being 3rd and 10, but you know, sooner or later they're going to have to take a shot, right, to get some breathing room for the running game.
Pressure coming again off the corner, and Greg is dragged down. And once again, that's Jalen Pollard. He's got a sack and a fumble recovery so far.
Yeah, it looked like, I can't tell what he grabbed. It looked like he grabbed a face mask, but you got to believe they wouldn't miss it like that.
No. So a loss of 10 yards on the sack, and it's 4th down, and that will bring on Ashton Orris to punt.
Ashton Orris in punt formation.
High spiral, doesn't turn over. It's going to hit right at the 37 and go out of bounds right there. And now they'll walk it back and see. And they'll actually mark it about the 33.
Punt goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. First and 10 Ravenwood.
So great field position again for Ravenwood. And now we'll see the other quarterback, Babaloa, will come in here. He'll throw on 1st down, and it is going to be caught. Taylon Vaughn makes the grab.
Yeah, it was just close enough for him to make a catch, but nothing there where he could get his feet set and move afterwards. He pretty much had to dive just to catch it.
So pickup of about 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 6. Babaloa seems to be the quarterback that's going to throw a little bit more. And here's another one. He bounces that one in to Vaughn. So a big 3rd down coming up here.
Yeah, I got about 3rd and 5 or 6 here. That, you know, I don't know. They got a field goal kick it that far. You got to think they're just going 2 plays here, 2 downs.
And they'll keep it on the ground this time, right side. And trying to turn the corner there is Pace, but there's a flag, and it's going to be holding against Ravenwood. Everybody saw it. It was out in space where everybody could see it.
Yeah, I think you got a Franklin player down as well. I can't read a number from up here.
There's a flag on the play.
Still trying to see who that is.
He motioned to his hip, like, you know, they asked him what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he just took a helmet, you know, right to the hip maybe or something like that. But he's moving his arms and legs. I don't think. It's too bad, but he's shaking up. Coach on his way out there now. Check on him.
Sheets.
Looks like Coach going to take the penalty here.
So that'll back them up to the 39. So Ravenwood will be backed up to the, see where the ball ends up being spotted.
I'm pretty sure he came out of the huddle with the officials trying to memorize all the numbers, and he just said, never mind. We'll worry about who did it.
Yep. So Ravenwood backed up to about the 14-yard line where they'll start 1st and 10. Give up the middle. This is Pace over the left side. He makes a couple of men miss before finally being wrapped up there. Lane Anderton will make the tackle. So a gain of about 2.5, maybe 3. 2nd and 7.
That Maverick Chance back in at quarterback too.
And Chance, the runner, just takes off on the left side, and he'll be run out of bounds on the far sideline.
I'm pretty sure that's the exact play they ran, the very first play of the game, whenever they had it down here on Franklin's 25.
David Domingo came up to make the stop. He'll pick up about 4 yards, and it's 3rd down and 3.
3rd and 3. You got to get low right here, boys.
He'll keep it this time. Just go straight up the middle. Chance, he's across the 25. That'll be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, that run a little counter right there. It looked like he had an option to either hand that off or keep it. He's seen a seam right up the middle and took off. Needed 3, got 4.
1st and 10 from Maringo with 26.
This time they'll hand it off to Pace. He'll try the left side again. They keep going to that left side.
Pace on the carry. Andrew Brown and Peyton King in on the stop.
Pace trying to run behind.
He had 3 yards on the play.
Cameron Fazalot on that side, the big 6'4", 284-pound left tackle. There they go again to that left side. This time not a lot there. A lot of red jerseys, maroon jerseys.
Yeah, they
there.
run, I think, 10 plays on that left side so far, and nothing to the right. There's, of course, that's big. Yeah, I'd run to it too. That's big number 63 over there. It's Josh Horpound Sr. just leading the way from that guard position.
So 3rd and 5. Watch of the quarterback on this one. Oh, he's going to throw, and this one is caught on the far sideline. Cy Longley, the wide receiver, with his first catch of the night, and it'll get Ravenwood a 1st down at the 41.
Plays good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 Ravenwood from their own 41-yard line.
Back to the ground. Now they'll come to the right side. Pace cuts it up this time. Nice gain across the 45 out to near midfield. And Ravenwood just methodically.
Yeah, starting to spread out the field a little bit now. They ran between the tackles, I think, the entire first 2 drives until now.
Back to that left side, and then it's Pace again. He's wrestled down by Santino Bernie. Comes up, makes the tackle, but not until it's another Ravenwood 1st down. Rocky, you got to be quick or they're running another play.
Yeah, you can tell everybody is getting the play from the sideline. There's no huddle. It's just they're all looking up and over and getting it, getting on the ball and moving.
Now to the right side and breaking through, but he got away. Pace cuts it back. Should have been caught in the backfield, but instead he's down to the. And he turned nothing into about a 16-yard gain.
Yeah, that was Lucas Harrison, and he wants that one back. He did everything but bring him down right there. Or excuse me, it may have been Guy Wallace. I couldn't tell if it's 52 or 54. And they're both on the field, so I can't cancel one out.
Either way, it's a 1st down for Ravenwood at the 30. We approach 2 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. This time at running back, it's Maverick Chance as he takes the handoff from Babalola.
Lane Anderson would stop there. Tell Franklin's getting frustrated here. They're just, you know, it's like they're on tilt right now. They can't figure out what's going on.
It's 2nd and 3.
So 2nd and 7, or excuse me, 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard gain. Babalola will carry on that left side again, and not much there. He's brought down. Santino Bernie comes up to make the tackle. Or correction, that was Dykstra that came up. Sorry about that.
Puts us 3rd and 3 here.
It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
And you'd like to get a stop here, but you got to think Ravenwood will go for it here. And
Fumble.
ball's on the ground, and I think it bounced right back up into the hands of Maverick Chance. And he's still able to get a yard or two. And it's going to be 4th down and about 1.
It's 4th down and 1 yard to go.
And Chance goes straight up the middle, and he's got the 1st down.
Yeah, right off the right tackle that time, Chance. I think that's another one where, you know, he could just make a read, right, pick a spot and go. Thing I'm noticing right now, Franklin's got, they're usually coming up with only 3 up front right here. It may be time to put a 4th lineman in. You got to stop this run game. They're going to throw on you, that's fine, but methodically, they're just marching down the field right now, running left, running right.
So after picking up the 1st down, Ravenwood takes a timeout where they've got it 1st and 10 from just outside the 16-yard line as they're moving downfield quickly. As Franklin right now has just had no answer for the combination of Maverick Chance and Caden Pace. And, you know, you don't see that very often, Rocky. Your quarterback's out there, he's running and handing the ball off, and then all of a sudden he's lined up at running back and a new quarterback's in the game.
Yeah, you handed it to me once. Yeah, they're both walking back out here too.
Yep,
at the same time.
So that means Chance will line up as the running back with Femi Babalola lined up at quarterback. Stay in that pistol. And they'll give it to Chance. He's around the left side, turns the corner, looking for the end zone. Did he get in? Looks like he might have stepped out of bounds just shy of the goal line.
If he's not in, he's on the 1.
And it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 1-yard line.
He is deceptively fast for a big man. You know, you don't, when he turns it on, he's moving. But that's a good little 1-2 punch they have in the backfield right there.
So here's the give, and straight up the middle. And they're marking him short. I didn't think he could get any closer without getting in, but he might have.
Yeah, it looks like about a half a yard now, 2nd and a half.
Yep, he's inside the soccer line down there now,
yeah.
So they're inside the 1-yard line. Chance takes it over the right side. I think he got stood up that time.
Signs of life here. Who is that?
97. Zion Brown comes up from his defensive end position.
Sophomore doing that.
And they actually lost a little bit, and that's going to be the last play of the 1st quarter. So a quarter in the books here at Franklin High School for homecoming 2025. Franklin trailing Ravenwood at the end of 1, 7-0. Back at Franklin High School, second quarter about to get underway. Franklin trails Ravenwood 7-0. Ravenwood on the doorstep, though, at the 1-yard line, but it's third down.
It's third and goal from the 1.
This time Babalola keeps it up the middle, falls forward into the end zone. He'll score. Touchdown for Ravenwood.
Put up a good little fight there, but they couldn't keep him out on that one. Just went right up the middle off left guard, it looked like. Get 1 yard.
So on the first play of the second quarter, Ravenwood strikes again. Takes a 13-0 lead with an extra point. Kick is up and good.
Ravenwood never with the lack of talent, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we just watched, for those of you, NFL fans, Graham Barton went from Duke right to round 1, right? Played right here at Ravenwood, what, 6 years ago?
Yep. Well, I think you got one of the Titans, Van Jefferson was a Ravenwood product.
It's just, it comes out of there. I said, funny story, I sat beside Philip's dad for about 10 years, or sat beside Graham's dad for about 10 years at work. So when he was, showing pictures about this kid who just likes football, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there watching the draft, and I'm like, oh, that kid.
I know him.
It's the first time I've ever known somebody who's actually in the draft,
Well,
but
speaking of draft, we're going to have hopefully have a special guest stop by here sometime in the second quarter. Speaking of being drafted, former Franklin High School baseball standout, now the color man for the Toronto Blue Jays baseball network, Caleb Joseph. Trying to get him to stop by tonight. He's here with the class of 2005 20-year reunion, so we've invited him up.
Be some fun stories about.
Oh yeah.
Here on the kick for Ravenwood. Howard and Gibbons have beat to Franklin.
So second quarter just underway. Franklin trailing it by 2 touchdowns now. This kick will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Franklin once again 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
Franklin begin to drive from their own 20-yard line.
Franklin going to just have to come up with a way here to move the football. I said you can be smaller up front and still be successful on offense, right? But right now they're having trouble even throwing the football. The receivers don't have enough time to run routes. But they can't drop head. They got to keep running at them.
Four-man front for Ravenwood. They'll throw this time. Pass complete. For good positive yardage. Complete out to Miles Putnam.
Below all over the place. That's him with the tackle. That's kind of what I'm talking about. See, that was like a one-step drop. Come back, make a pass, deliver the strike, get 4 or 5 yards after catch, move on.
Yep, I was about to say, you called it. There it is. Get the ball out quick. Back to the ground, and nothing doing there for Panea as he's hit by a couple of men early as Matt Anderson came up to finish him off.
Gunning and Anderson in on the stop.
Yeah, like I said, I'd still like to see something over the middle. You've got to slow down this blitz to where they don't think it's just no risk, right, to send them up the middle every time. So you run one screen or run one tight end cross, where you're throwing right over their head, and it kind of makes them slow down a bit, something different.
So new quarterback in, Isaac Burgos, number 18 in.
I didn't even notice. Did he just now come in?
He just came in. Franklin liked to get that first down just to keep their defense off the field for a minute. And straight up the middle and stood up. He's still battling, but I don't know. It's going to be close. I see the officials come.
Walking in it's going to be really close. We may be
Yep, if they started on the 20, that should be a first down. Yep. I know they made the 30 look like our chain set looked like it might be 10 yards and 4 inches long. So a first down of the game for Franklin. And again, that's a good thing, keeps the defense off the field for at least another series of plays. Clock running, 9:48 to go in the first half. 14-0 Ravenwood. 2 men come in motion to the near side. Toss sweep this time, and tripped up in the backfield is Chase Jennings.
Chase Jennings on the carry. Anderson tripped him up.
Yeah, Ravenwood ran a stunt on that play, and right before they changed the whole front line and put an extra end over there on the left, ran right at it. That's really good play calling defensively. Now, right now you can tell they're just not afraid. Their safety's not 9 yards off football.
Yep.
He's not back at all. So it's like they got 7 people in the box waiting on a run. Trips on the far side for Franklin, though.
They'll throw this time, but he won't have time. Ball knocked free. It's loose. It's rolling, and it'll make it out of bounds. But it's going to be a huge loss. And once again, Greg, just no time to even set his feet.
Yeah, they brought the strong side linebacker that time, and the left tackle just either didn't see it or didn't pick him up. He didn't slow down on the line to the quarterback.
Third down.
So very fortunate that that was kicked out of bounds.
Yeah.
You get to retain the football, but now you got, what is it, the third down and last Cassis?
Third and all the way to last Cassis, but 3rd and 30. And as we always say, it's not too many plays in the playbook for a 30-yard gain.
Not when you're averaging 1 yard a play. You just got to take
and they'll
a shot.
throw. There it is. They're going to try. And they tried Putman on the near side, Putnam in double coverage, and it's overthrown, and it'll be 4th down and a long ways.
It's 4th down. Force of confirmation for Franklin. To see if it's deep for Ravenwood.
So once again, Ravenwood ought to have pretty good field position after this kick, as Ashton Orris is on for the 3rd time tonight. They're coming after him on this one, and this was not a good kick off the side of his foot. It's going to bounce and take a little bit of a Franklin bounce, but only out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, I can't tell if they got a piece or if he just rushed it and got a bad kick.
Yeah, I think he felt the pressure and had to get rid of it.
Either way.
And Ravenwood's going to have excellent field position to start this drive at the 32-yard line of Franklin.
Ravenwood will begin to drive 1st and 10 from the Franklin 32-yard line.
.8:26 to go in the first half. Babalola in at quarterback this time, flanked by Caden Pace, the running back. Now Pace motions out of the backfield and will get a timeout. Ravenwood will take their 2nd timeout of the half. Will step away. Franklin trailing 14-0, 8:26 to go in the first half. So back at Franklin High School, Ravenwood with the ball, driving again. First and 10 for the Raptors at the Franklin 21-yard line. Babalola to throw. Throws over the middle. Got a man diving. It's incomplete. He was trying to hit Talon Vaughn across the middle.
Yeah, laid out. Just couldn't come up with it.
Vaughn was the intended receiver. It's second down.
Ravenwood staying in the same formation. You got trips out on the far side, furthest on your screen. Single receiver close.
They'll swing it out into the flat. It's complete. Trying to make a move. It's Pace. He'll finally be brought down there. Jack Robichaud came up to make the stop. And that's Robichaud is hobbling off right now. Pick up a 7 yards. It's 3rd and 7.
It's 3rd and 3.
Or excuse me, 3rd and 3. Second time I've gotten that confused. Pace on the carry to the right side, cuts back, makes a man miss, slides away from one tackler into the end zone for the touchdown. Pace goes in 14 yards. And it's 20-0 with 7:20 to go in the first half.
We are into a 10-point after.
Kick is up and good from the kicker Carlos Guerra. And with 7:20 to go, it's now 21-0 game. And Rocky Franklin's got to get something going offensively.
Yeah, they got to figure out a way to move the football. You know, it's just they're just methodically right now. When they get the ball, you know, you can tell it's 3-4 plays. They're halfway down the field, and you know, it's part of it. You got to make changes, right? It looks like their formations, especially defensively, haven't changed very much. You know, they're moving players in and out, but they still have 3 or 4 up front. They're still letting safeties sit back. Sooner or later, you got to make a change.
One more in here. You got room for one more?
And we told you he might be coming up here. We're gonna get him a headset here. All right, your headset doesn't work, but the microphone does. So you just talk in that microphone.
Yeah, we're here. Good.
And we got here with a class of 2005.
Correct.
And former Baltimore Oriole, former Toronto Blue Jay, now the color man for the Toronto Blue Jays
Correct.
Baseball Network, Caleb Joseph. Caleb, welcome in.
Wow. Great to be back at Franklin High School. I mean, I don't live too far away, but coming back and seeing the turf, seeing all the additions, I'm like, why couldn't we have had this? It's pretty cool. They've done a great job.
Yeah, I think last time we had Caleb here, he was being inducted into the Franklin High School Hall of Fame, did our pregame show with us. And now he's back here 20 years later. No,
Unreal.
not that long, but as Franklin trying to get something going, gets a pass out into the flat. Panea dragged out of bounds at about the 25, 5-yard gain for the Admirals. Caleb, how's it been going?
It's been good. It's been great. It's hard to believe 20 years have passed, but it is so fun to come back and see so many of the people that I really grew up with. 4 very formative years here at Franklin High School, and getting to see some people I haven't seen in 10, 15 years has been amazing. And it just goes to show that the relationships you create here at Franklin and high school, you can pick them right up because they were so deep, and we were so honored to have such amazing people that got us to that position here at Franklin.
Well, you probably don't know this, but you're going to have to make another trip back over here in sometime in January or February, as the 2 Franklin baseball teams that made it to the state tournament under Brent Allenbaugh will be inducted into the Franklin Hall of Fame this year.
Absolutely.
So you have to make another trip, get back together with some of those guys.
Oh, thrilled, honored. That's news to me, and there's actually 4 or 5 guys down there at our reunion that were teammates of mine, and we were just not 10 minutes ago recounting some fun Brent Allenbaugh stories and recounting memories that we had from those teams, and those are really good teams, really successful teams, and to be one of the first teams, if not the first, you'll have to correct me, it's been 20 years, but to make it to the state championship, that was quite a feat.
Yeah, it was. We were actually looking back as the pass is complete out to Miles Putnam, and he's going to get back to close to the original line of scrimmage where it'll bring up 4th down. And Franklin will taking a long look over to the sideline, and finally here will come the punt team.
I'm not a football guy, but where they're at on the field, it's probably a no-brainer to punt it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even aware of the score, but that had punt written all over it.
Yeah, we try not to make calls, but every now and then they're so blatant you might as well make them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just they're having a tough go of it tonight.
So back here at Franklin, you've talked a little bit about what you've seen that's changed over the years. You know, what do you see that's you know, it's kind of a weird question. What do you see that's kind of the same? You know, you look back and you think, well, we used to do that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that the track is on the inner part of it, where the students sit at the student section, they've always kind of been here on the right side of the home side of the field, the softball field being right there behind the visitors bench, and of course our baseball field kind of a little out towards the Franklin end zone. The familiar scenics are still there. It's just been repainted and kind of done up or touched up, but like the framework is almost identical. Of course, I was talking to a couple students or friends down there talking about, yeah, we had to stay in those portables while they were building this really nice brand new school, and we were recounting some of those portable moments. So that was funny.
Yeah, I gave some of those guys a tour before this one falls incomplete, as Chance worked his way free and then just dumped it off, tried to get rid of it. I was giving a tour to some of them today, and they kept asking, is this what, I'm like,
sure,
no,
yeah.
Is this, no. And then we finally hit the auditorium, and I said, now you should know where you are. And
yes.
they're like, this was the front lobby. I was like, yes, it
yes.
was. So not a lot of the old school left.
I'm happy that I got to go to that older school that had so much history, so much tradition. I'm obviously a little bit jealous that some of these newer facilities are being used now and wasn't able to be there, but like being a part of such a rich history and being able to see kind of that one story, one level. And of course, I mean, I grew up coming here many, many years ago before I even went to high school here, as my uncle was the basketball coach, and then just being able to filter right into that with you, Jay, and it was great. I feel like I grew up at Franklin High School.
Yeah, we were talking about they kept asking where the old gym is. And I said, it's gone.
Yes.
It's actually gone. Is they're going to go deep here? Babalola taking a shot on the far side. It looks like it's caught. And was he inbounds? He was inbounds. He'll be out of bounds at the 2-yard line. As a long one down the sideline to Drew Parker. And Ravenwood on the doorstep again. So, Caleb, when you were here, talk about, who was the big rival? There was a big argument today, not really, but as Chance trying to get it in, he's tripped up in the backfield. There was an argument over, was it Centennial or was it Brentwood?
They always put up a big fight, both of them. I think when we were playing baseball, it was probably Brentwood at that time. They had a couple players that ended up playing deep into college and professional ranks. But Centennial, man, they always found a way to really make it interesting as well.
As Babalola drops the snap, picks it up, was on his way in, and they took it away from him. Tegan Lee going the other direction. He said, give him a steal as he just took it away, and he's going to take it all the way to the house. 99 yards, touchdown, Tegan Lee.
So he had a fumble snap, and I think when he picked it up, as he was spinning around trying to get in, it got knocked out somehow.
I mean, I looked up and I just saw him running. I think he just took it away from him. I mean, that's why I said give him a steal.
Yeah.
And Franklin is on the board in a pretty unconventional manner.
It works.
You'll take it.
Right, yeah.
As that's a big swing, as Ravenwood looked to be going in to go up 28-0 now.
I don't know how much that would make record books, but there's not that many 99-yard
fumble
returns,
recovery
yeah. Touchdown, you know.
And
Keegan May just ran his way into a record book somewhere.
Kick is up and good from Jose Gonzalez, and 3:43 to go in the first half. It's now a 21-7 game.
Shook up on the extra point, too.
All right, we got an injured player. While we got an injured player, Caleb, we're going to ask you to tell some of your stories there. What kind of Brent Allenbaugh stories were you talking about? Those of you who don't know, Brent Allenbaugh, longtime baseball coach here. I don't know if you know this. Every time I go down to a Braves game, I'll call Brent and see what he's doing, see if he can come over there. And so far, we hadn't been able to hook up, but he keeps telling me to try. So tell us a good Brent story.
Yeah, Brent, I vividly remember being a high schooler, and Brent came in, and he had some history kind of with professional baseball, and he was all about being and looking the part. And I remember vividly him coming in, and right away him saying, we're going to shine our shoes after every game. We're going to look the part. We're going to practice and be well prepared. And I thought, okay, that sounds great, until it was my turn to clean my own cleats. And I learned right away how to perfectly apply black shoe polish to all black baseball cleats in a way that doesn't get any black shoe polish on your body or the rug or the sofa that you're sitting on at your house. Because when I first tried it, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to look the part, but I remember like it was yesterday, everybody on the team did that. And we looked the part, we looked sharp. It was just a mode of discipline, and it was a mode of continuity and team and uniform, and I've never forgotten that. And that was 20-something years ago, and I took that lesson into my professional playing career, into my professional playing days. I would clean my own cleats, and I would add shoe polish, and I still do it to my golf shoes. Maybe it was more impressionable than I thought, but it's funny how a very simple type of lesson like that is and can transcend into real life. And we had such great teams. I remember getting to play baseball with my brother on those teams, and that was such a treat. And on a personal and probably slightly haughty, I don't know what's the word. This is a boastful story. Pardon me if I offend you.
Do it.
My brother and I, in one of the semifinal games, we both almost hit for the cycle each in the same game. My brother hit for the cycle, and I was a single away from the cycle on one of Brent Allenbaugh's team. And to be able to do that through Franklin and in the championship type ranks of baseball, it was super cool. But I'll never forget shoe polish on my all black shoes, and that was just something that has always stuck with me.
And I will say this, I guarantee as a 17 or 18-year-old, you were like, what are we doing here?
Exactly.
And you don't understand
This is stupid. Who is this guy?
Because I remember Coach Dave's telling us about, when you get older, these guys will be your family. And I remember thinking, come on, Coach, let's go practice.
Exactly.
What are we talking about here?
Right.
And now when I get together with all those guys, it's like we have never been apart. We got so many memories and things like that. So I know exactly what you're saying. So
true. So true.
Now 21-7, 3:43 to go. Caleb, we will get you out of here with this, because this is one of my favorite stories about you. And every time I have you on with anything, as kicking off is Ruth. Good to have Henry Ruth back out there for Franklin. And on the return, making one man miss, he cuts it back. He's got room across the 30, out to the 35. Cy Longley on the return, and Ravenwood will take over from there. But I always ask you to tell this story. Tell us about your first Major League home run and your interaction with one of the other players on the field that night.
Sure. I'll keep it as brief as possible because I'm sure you guys are ready to listen to football instead of some random dude talk about himself. But I was at Yankee Stadium. I hit a home run at Yankee Stadium. We're beating the mess out of them. The fans are booing. Of course, they throw the ball back onto the field, and Brett Gardner in left field grabs the ball. He throws it to the ball boy there on the third baseline. Typically, that ball then goes back into the stands, gets reshuffled. You never see it again. But what actually happened was Derek Jeter, the shortstop for the Yankees, in his final season as a Yankee at age 40, he whistled for the ball, had the wherewithal to somehow know that was my first major league home run, grabbed the baseball, threw it in to the dugout for me. I have that ball still to this day. Let me add something to that story. Maybe I haven't even said to you. That last year, fast forward 6 months later, Derek Jeter is playing his last game at Yankee Stadium. And if you remember correctly, he got a walk-off hit in the 9th inning to end his pinstripe career as a hero. Yours truly was the catcher behind the plate that year. I was a part of his last hit at Yankee Stadium. He was a part of my first home run at Yankee Stadium. I asked him later when I saw him past that last game to sign the baseball that he gave me. And on the baseball, I still have it in my house, it says, "The story is true. Awesome to compete against you, Derek Jeter." So
That's awesome.
Derek Jeter said it's true, and I promise you folks, that story is true. He grabbed the ball and he threw it in, and because of his graciousness and because Derek Jeter is who he is, I have that baseball to this day.
Well, I see this a lot, and I appreciate you stopping by. I see this part a lot because I stop on Facebook and look at a lot of umpire reels.
Oh, yeah.
This one pops up. I see Caleb Joseph coming out from the plate, behind the plate, mad as a hornet.
Sam Holbrook.
Because his pitcher got ejected for hitting somebody with a 76-mile-an-hour
Yeah,
pitch.
that was tough.
And you coming out and throwing your hands
Yeah, I was
down.
angry.
And, if he's going to hit him, he's not going to hit him with a 76-mile-an-hour
Absolutely.
pitch.
And so for all of y'all listening, I was an umpire for Jay. I'm
A good umpire, too.
incredibly partial to umpires. I will side with an umpire before I side with one of my own pitchers. And Sam Holbrook was the home plate umpire. He knew right away he had kind of messed it up. But once you eject someone in baseball, it's not like you can review the play. So that was that.
And Ravenwood's going to get a middle screen over the middle, 29 yards, and it's a touchdown for number, I think that's 14.
Taylon Vaughn.
Number 14, Taylon Vaughn. And Ravenwood strikes back quickly. Caleb, go hang out with your buddies. Thanks for coming by.
Awesome to see you, Jay.
Go over to the next booth. There's a couple of guys probably want to hang.
Absolutely. Thanks for bearing with me, folks, on the other end. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Appreciate you coming by. Caleb Joseph, Franklin High School Hall of Famer. Now the voice of the Toronto Blue Jays. With
Jimmy wants an autograph, I think.
Yeah, go next door and see that other booth there. As Ravenwood's now back up by 20 with 2:15 to go. Extra point up and good, and it's 28-7.
That's a great story, man. I had never heard that. So that was good for me.
Please stop by the FCA table at the main gate to enter the drawing to win one of two $50 Chick-fil-A gift cards. Fellowship of Christian Athletes meets every Friday morning in the auxiliary gym at 7 a.m. Everyone is welcome. The winners of the drawing will be announced at halftime.
Like us.
Thank you to Bone and Joint Institute of Tennessee Williams and Health, Franklin High School's official sports medicine provider. Alexis Ford is your certified athletic trainer. And Dr.
Remember we did that jamboree that night?
Visit us at Bone and
Just like,
Joint.
for me, I was like, that's like doing a preseason game.
It was one of my first ones too, and I was like, "What do you say when it's 52-3? You know, like what am I supposed to do?" We started talking about cars, and apple pie, and all kinds of stuff.
That helped fill half a quarter.
Right, that's
there.
a perfect time for him to jump in here. Hell, get Jimmy in here.
So back at Franklin High School, 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first half. Ravenwood leading at 28-7. Franklin needs to get something going here in this last 2:15 to stay close. And this kick will not be returnable. It'll go through the end zone for a touchback. And Franklin will start 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Appreciate Caleb Joseph stopping by and talking to us tonight. one of the things about Caleb, he's got a ton of stories. He probably could have sat up here.
Yeah, he was an unbelievable baseball player.
Yeah.
I remember first coming up here, I want to say, I don't know, I always get him and his brother mixed up, right? I didn't know him as well as you guys did. But at the Sound Stadium, didn't they used to have their championship for the high school?
Yeah, they played some games there.
Yeah, he got one out of there.
And there's a sack, and they're going to call that a fumble. I thought it came loose when he hit the ground.
I think I just seen wave incomplete.
And they are going to say it hit the ground. It was, yeah, when he went down, the ball came loose when he hit the ground. The old adage of ground can't cause a fumble.
Second down.
Great to see you.
So clock running, 147, 144, 143 to go in the first half. Franklin now backed up inside the 10. You got Ravenwood's only got one timeout remaining.
I don't know if they're going to need it.
Yeah, well, I was thinking if you had a full complement, you could try to get the ball back. Pressure coming again. They'll throw this time, and he tried to hit Miles Putnam. Throw was just a little bit behind him. And that'll stop the clock. So now, if you don't convert here, Ravenwood can use that timeout,
right,
force a punt, and try to get some more points before halftime. And you got to think Ravenwood gets the ball to start the second half. Remember, Franklin actually took the ball first, ran one play, fumbled, and Ravenwood picked it up and scored 2 plays later. Play clock down to 7. Greg to throw, dumps it off and dropped. Panea wide open out in the flat, dropped that one.
That's the screen I've been kind of calling for, just getting away to get those linebackers to stay home for a count. It was just dropped. Panea's having a first half he wants to forget about right now.
Yeah. So that'll stop the clock with 1:04 to go. And Franklin will have to punt. Ravenwood will get the ball back, probably with good field position, and have a chance to put some more points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, they're coming after this. Just got to be careful right here. Don't leave a gap.
Yeah, you could probably take a shot at this because I think I'm right on this. In high school ball, even if you get a roughing the punter penalty, it's not enough for a first down. Got the kick away. It's a good one this time. It's going to get over his head and take a Franklin bounce back to about the 36, but he's got a lot of room. Flag down on the return. 2 flags now.
Helmet down.
This one's coming back. Helmet on the field.
There's all kinds of stuff going on.
No, here comes two more, 3 more flags come in, and we got flags, helmets. Now there's a coach out on the field. So this might take a while to sort.
I count 4 flags and a helmet. 1 still back at the 40. That was the original block in the back.
Yep.
But I don't know what these other
Then
3.
I saw those 3 all come in at the same time.
No, there's 5. There's 1 out on the other side.
Oh, yep, I see it. It's out there on the far side of the field. So 5 flags on 1 play.
And I didn't see a personal foul. That's usually what you see that many for, right?
Blocking, yeah. And the Ravenwood staff met somebody coming off the field. They were not happy about it.
Yeah.
So it's going to nullify a really nice return. Gavin Macias on the return. It's going to nullify a really good return for him. And we're still having a conference, and Ravenwood's offense is back somewhere around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they know that's at least where that first block in the back occurred, but
Yeah, they're about 30 yards away from where the referees are huddled up.
Yeah, they're going to need a notepad, I think, for all the numbers, but I don't know what they could come up with here for the, you know, the group of 4 flags right there on the 40 or 35. Unless something happened we didn't see that caused that helmet to come off.
Yep, yep.
That's the only thing. It's always amazing what you miss up here. You don't see in those huddles. You know
Well,
what I mean?
the funny part is we were talking about that last week. You know, road games, we sit down on the sideline and we say, well, we can't see anything down on the sideline.
Right.
So now finally, here we go. We're going to get the call.
During return, we had 3 blocks in the back on a receiving team. We had illegal participation on the kicking team. All penalties will be administered. It will be first down twice.
So 3 penalties on Ravenwood, 1 on Franklin.
Hey,
They said
illegal
all penalties will be
assessed at the end. Did he say an illegal participation?
Yes.
Penalty?
So
That's a new one on
I don't know if that's 12 men on the field or.
Why didn't you say that?
I don't think the high school referees have the freedom the NFL referees have.
I need AI for this.
You need Ed Hockley out here. What would he say? Illegal participation. There were 12 men on the field. 1 came onto the field way too late, and he just, you know.
Yeah, he wrote a thesis. So they walk this way.
All right, so they backed it up from the first block in the back spot and then moved it forward. So Ravenwood's now, after all of that, they got it at their own 43-yard line with 45 seconds to go. Babaloa to throw. Makes a man miss on the far sideline and out of bounds with a completion. Catch and run is Cruz Kelly, the wide receiver.
Yeah, just a little 5-yard out. It's Andrew Brown that got out there, but you know, if you can't get to that ball, you got to make the tackle.
So Ravenwood in business now at the Franklin 45-yard line. Still 35 seconds to go. Babaloa throws. Got a man on the near side. He'll step out of bounds. Cy Longley with the catch. And he's out near a first down. Are they going to give it to him? Let's see. It's going to be close. 2nd and inches. Now they do call it a first down. Babaloa to throw. Looking. Throws. And they're going to call that a catch. Nice diving catch on the far side by Taylon Vaughn. Franklin crowd doesn't like the call, but they're going to rule it a catch at the 20. And with 18 seconds to go, Ravenwood's going to use their final timeout.
That ball looked like it hit the ground. They're saying he got his arms under it. Got a timeout real fast. That's what I'm talking about. It's hard to tell from up here. You know, a quick play like that, you can't tell whether the guy had his arm under football or not.
That's where we miss having Carrie Thompson in the booth with us. She's up top on the roof tonight.
I think that's one of the biggest things that I noticed when I started doing this. You don't realize how nice it is when you're sitting at the house with 4K and a 70-inch TV to be like, his finger's not under that football. When you come up here and you're looking at it here, it's like we don't know what.
I don't know if he caught that or not.
We're going to guess.
But call it a catch. 18 seconds to go, 28-7, and Ravenwood looking for more. Here at the end of the first half, Franklin's only score, a 99-yard fumble. I guess you'd call it a fumble recovery.
I like what you said.
Take away, steal.
Yeah.
Babaloa to throw, pressure coming, gets it away on the far sideline, complete.
Babaloa's pass is complete to Kelly.
And once again, he's got his man Cruz Kelly. And it's 1st and goal. 12 seconds to go.
They better put some heat on this guy. He just looks all too comfortable back there right now.
Babaloa scrambles. Now he'll run. Leaves his feet, goes up into the air, and they say he broke the plane for a touchdown. Franklin protests, but they're not going to review this one. And the horn sounds, and that's going to be the end of the first half with the extra point pending.
That's an athletic play there by Babaloa. He went up in the air and got flipped, 180, man. Come down, they say the ball crossed the plane. It kind of looked like one of those weird plays, right, where your waist and your legs are in, and the ball was out after he was flipped over. But, he crossed. He got in there, I think.
And Coach Atkins out on the field protesting the call. But like we said, there is no review up here for this. And that's one of those tough ones here with a 5-man crew. You don't have an official right on the goal line there. He's running, trying to get right on the goal line. Time has expired in the first half. And they're asking for, I think they're asking for 5 seconds to be back on the clock.
Please put 5 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah, and they are going to add some time back on the game clock. And there it is.
Here, they'll take the point after.
So this means we will have a kickoff. The extra point is up, and it is also good.
1.5. Your score is regular 35. Franklin 7.
So 35-7. 5 seconds to go in the first half.
Just got to go in and regroup here.
Yep.
Here, a second kick for Ravenwood.
So again, 5 seconds on the clock. They will have to kick off.
Deep for Franklin.
And this kick will be returnable. Putnam on the return. He'll be stacked up at about the 18-yard line. The horn will sound, and that will do it for the first half here at Franklin, I believe. Let's make sure it's not going to put any time on the clock. And that's it. So halftime is here. Ravenwood in control, leading it at the half, 35-7. We're going to take a break, come back with some thoughts on the first half and the start of the second half in just a few minutes.
A huge thank you to Knock on Wood Tree Services, a proud locally owned business, for sponsoring today's halftime nutrition segment. Their support helps keep our team strong, healthy, and ready to compete. If you're ever in need of reliable, professional tree care, be sure to give Knock on Wood a call.
When I was a
They're
freshman,
rooted in this community and
we
always
played
ready to help.
Brentwood Academy for homecoming. Got beat
The Franklin Bell would like to
49-7.
recognize its premier rose sponsor, Atmos Energy. Its Director Circle sponsors, Franklin Noon Rotary, Downtown Franklin Rotary Club, Patrick Transportation, and Blackbird Media. And its drum major sponsor, Pure Bar. Thank you for supporting our band and helping us make this season possible.
And we are back at Franklin High School, ready to get underway with the second half. Franklin with work to do, trailing 35-7. Number 49, Henry Ruth, to kick off for Franklin. He'll boom this one deep and into the end zone. That'll be a touchback for Ravenwood. Again, good to see Henry back out there.
Yeah, Franklin would have had the ball first, but the immediate turnover led to Ravenwood's first touchdown. They're kicking it off. They got to come up with something here. You want to see some life out of this, Jay. I think for me, you just want to see them fight. They can't quit.
So far tonight, Ravenwood's experienced team kind of taking advantage of the youth of Franklin tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they're 4-0. Their defense has been really, really good tonight.
And they'll start the second half with Babalola in the backfield, and he'll give it off to the other quarterback. And he'll turn the corner on the far side and be run out of bounds. That's Maverick Chance. We've called his name a lot tonight.
Yeah.
He and Caden Pace sharing most of the workload out of the backfield for Ravenwood. So a gain of 2 on the play. It's 2nd and 8.
Franklin with the 4-man front.
Gives the pace. He'll try that right side. Turns the corner. Knocked out of bounds. Good pursuit of the ball there by Franklin as they chase him out of bounds around the 25. I think that was number 8. Alexander Dykstra came over to knock him out of bounds. And 3rd and 5. You'd like to get a stop here and get the ball back with 3 and out to start the half. Babalola to throw, ball tipped and incomplete. So good job by the defense.
Yep,
Gets
just
a
what we
3 and
needed
out.
right there.
Yep.
Get the ball quick. 3 and out.
And Ravenwood will punt for the first time tonight.
Jack Henderson in punt formation for Ravenwood. Miles Putnam is deep for Franklin.
Fair catch called.
And
He
he'll let
gets
it
out of the way.
Yep. It'll roll dead around the 34. Franklin will have it.
Ball's down inside the Franklin 35.
So the offense looking to get something started here.
Franklin will start the drive 1st and 10 from around the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what coach comes up with here. I still say, you got to go short drops, quick passes. I think their defensive line is just dominating to where you can't step back, 3, 4, 5 step drop and get a pass off.
They'll start on the ground with Panea going left. Nothing there. He'll lose 3 yards.
Joseph Panea on the carry. Peyton views that, brings him down.
And it's a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12.
Rolls, throws on the move, got his tight end complete. Out to about the 39.
Different kind of play. They brought Dane Hodgkins from one side all the way the other in motion. Had him run a little 5-yard out, and then underneath that route they had the tight end running the out with him too. And it created some separation there. A little hole in the zone.
7-yard pickup on the play makes it 3rd and 5. Connor Miller, the tight end, his first catch of the night. Again, like to get a first down here. If nothing else, just Just trying to see if you could draw them off sides there. Now they'll call a play again, see if they actually run one here. Got to feel like they were going to take a delay of game penalty there anyway.
Yeah,
they got called for a false start.
I like that play on their side of the field. It just seems a little too unrealistic on your side of the field. You know what I mean? Like it's too much to lose.
So Orris to punt. No pressure this time. He gets this one away.
Pretty good punt.
Hits at the 35, and it'll be down on the sideline at the 34.
Punt is down at the Ravenwood 34-yard line.
I'll give students credit. They're loaded, buddy.
Yep. So Raptors take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line, their second possession of the second half. Babaloa to throw, throws on the move, can't get it there, incomplete, trying to hit Cy Longley out here in the flat.
Yeah, Tegan Lee with good contain there from the linebacker. Tough throw for a right-handed quarterback coming out the left like that. It's hard to turn those hips around where you can get anything on the football.
Quick pass complete, but there's flags down. It looked like that could be one where Ed Hockey League calls it everybody but the center.
Yeah.
Looked like everybody went early except the center didn't snap the ball.
I always have to remind myself of the differences, right, between what we watch on TV with the NFL and high school football. Because I remember earlier we had neutral zone infraction, right?
Yep.
And in the NFL, they'll let, it's free play.
Right.
So you're used to saying, just sling it, throw it downfield, see what you get.
And this one.
Oh, that was a great play.
They tried the middle screen. It looked like it hit the helmet.
Yeah, I don't know if
one of the offensive linemen and went up in the air and almost picked off. It looked like Andrew Brown had a chance to snag that one.
I couldn't tell if Andrew Brown knocked it in the air and almost intercepted or if he was just in the right place after it hit somebody else.
Yep.
But that was a break they could have capitalized on. See, that's what I'm talking about. In the NFL, right, I'm so used to him snapping it, and Mahomes just throwing it 80 yards downfield somewhere trying to get a free play,
Yep.
But here they always blow them dead in high school.
Franklin showing pressure this time. Linebackers are up in the gaps. Play clock down to 9. Now they drop out into coverage. Babaloa throws deep, got a man behind the defense all alone. He catches it and stumbles and falls at about the 15-yard line. And it's a long completion to Talon Vaughn.
I think he landed on the football. You know what I mean? The football was right in his stomach.
Cramp. Immediately see teammates going for those legs.
Yeah.
About a 55-yard completion down to the 15-yard line. And Ravenwood's in business again, 1st and 10, 7:31. We got an injury. We'll step aside, take a break. So a 55-yard completion puts Ravenwood in business, 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line.
Pretty sure that was Talon. He got up on his own, walked back to the sidelines, looks ready to go.
Middle screen, it's caught and tripped up there. Nice open field tackle. That's number 26 for Franklin, Peyton King. Longley with the wide receiver screen over the middle. Gets down to the 10 after picking up 5 yards.
This is typically where they've let Babaloa call his own number here.
He'll hand it off this time. New running back in the game. Hadn't called this one tonight. Keaton Davis.
Jacob Jewell on the carry. Andrew Brown and Alexander Dykes will bring you down.
Davis will check out of the game. And back in at running back is Maverick Chance, the quarterback / running back. And it's 3rd and about 4. Chance to the left side, bounces it to the outside, looking for the pylon, just runs over a man and scores a touchdown. Just ducked his shoulder right there at the 1-yard line.
Yep.
And he won the one-on-one battle and got it into the end zone to give Ravenwood the 41-7 lead with 6:21 to go in the 3rd. And the extra point added on makes it a 42-7 game with 6:21 to go. Again, if you're just joining us, the only scoring for Franklin tonight done by the defense as Tegan Lee took the ball away from the Ravenwood ball carrier on the 1-yard line and returned it 99 yards for a touchdown. And as Rocky said earlier, I'm not sure we could find the longest fumble recovery and return in Franklin history, but be willing to bet there hasn't been one any longer.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were inside the 1.
Yep.
Garrett set the kick for Ravenwood. Howard and Jennings are beat for Franklin.
Kick's going to be fielded and returnable this time. Jennings on the return, cuts it back across the 15, not much there, as he may have made it out to the 16 before he was brought down there by, looks like, number 30, Connor Shave, the backup junior linebacker.
Yep. Franklin's got to do something here to get the swagger back. Like I know we talked about it a little bit before. You came out, you beat Laverne. You lost it's called a heartbreaker at Gallatin. You lost a close game against Shelbyville. And then Coffee County beat you in the last drive. And, they say losing sticks with you, it comes normal, and they got to do something to turn this around.
Greg gets it out and complete to Panea. Short gain on the play, maybe a yard. Give him 2 yards on the play, or actually no gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Panea made a good catch on the near sideline, just nothing. has to run, and he'll slide down at about the 18, maybe the 19. I'll spot it at the 19, so give him 2 yards. And it'll bring up 3rd down and a long 8. Clock running, 4:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ravenwood leading it 42-7. Blitz coming. They pick it up. Greg turns the corner, throws on the run, over the middle, up in the crowd. And it's pulled down by Panea at the 47-yard line. Correction, 46-yard line.
Yeah, it's a great play there. He eluded that rush, come in, or the blitz that come in, throwing on the run, 20, 30 yards downfield through a strike. Good play.
So nice catch in traffic there from the running back, Joseph Panea.
Franklin, lots of motion. They move their trips from the right side to the left.
Come back to Panea on the right side. Nobody there, bunch of white jerseys, and he'll be stood up and go nowhere. He'll lose a couple on the play. So he'll lose 3 yards. Back to the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 13. Greg to throw, steps up. Can't get away. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped. Number 98, Xander Johnson.
Peyton Huzak with a sack there.
So 3rd and 11 from their own 45. Ravenwood brings pressure. There's a swing pass out, caught by the tight end, and he's going to be snowed under after a short gain. 2nd catch of the night for Connor Miller, the tight end. He's going to get about 3 yards back to the basically the original line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 4th and a long 9. And Franklin's going to go for it at their own 47-yard line. 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. And we have a timeout or a whistle. And they're going to send off one of the Ravenwood players for a equipment violation. So 4th and 9, Franklin going for it. Here they go, rolls out. Greg looking, throwing deep, trying to hit Putman. And it's going to be broken up. Here comes the flag, pass interference.
Putman looks like he had a step or two on him. The ball was underthrown like a back shoulder. But I think, you know, when the receiver is slowing down, sometimes that defensive back, it's hard to stop.
Yeah,
he ended up running right over him.
I was going to say, you see that a lot on TV where when the ball is overthrown, the receiver adjusts, the defender just keeps running, and he runs into him and gets flagged.
But again, we talked about this last time. Unlike the NFL, it's not a foul way down there.
Right.
It's 15 from the spot of the ball.
And with the running clock, that'll end it here at Franklin for the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books on homecoming night 2025. And Ravenwood leads at 42-7. 4th quarter after the break.
So we're back here with Franklin's got the ball on the Ravenwood 39, 1st and 10 after the pass interference penalty. And off right to Panea. It looks to be no gain. Loss of 3 on the first down play.
So 2nd down and 13-14 to go now from the 43-yard line. Franklin in Ravenwood territory, trailing it 42-7. Clock running 11, 27, 26, 25. Franklin offense looking to get something going. Quick pass complete. Catch and run. That's complete to number 3, Miles Putnam.
You got a man down back here too. That looks like another cramp. See him grabbing that.
Yep.
Grabbing that hammy. I can tell you, that's Sam Gillespie, and we're hoping it's cramp. And I'm gonna say this, it's like a knife.
Yep.
I mean, you've had one. You've been there.
Oh yeah. Except at my age now, you get them in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
When
you gotta wake up with it.
And you roll out of the bed in excruciating pain.
Yeah. April thinks we have a home intruder sometimes. I'm just like, give me a minute. Go into my kid's stash of Gatorade. You know what I mean? Actually, that's not acting like a cramp now.
No.
I don't know what that is now. The way he grabbed at the back of that hamstring, I thought for sure he had a cramp, but I don't know what.
So while they tend to the injured player, let's step away with 10:55 to go, and we'll be back in just a moment. And we're back at Franklin with 10:55 to go in the 4th quarter. Cameron Higgins, the injured player, coming off.
Yeah, I was wrong on that. I thought that was a cramp for sure, the way he reacted, and it's not. I don't know what, maybe a concussion they're dealing with down there, but good to see Cameron walking off on his own.
Yep. So after the completion to Miles Putnam, Franklin's got it 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line as they'll wind the clock. Franklin's offense trying to get something going. Had a rough night down in Manchester last Friday night, trying to build something here, moving forward to the Independence game next week. Greg to throw. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be dragged down from behind by number 97. Nick Levine on the tackle. Greg will get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Ravenwood's one of those teams. They do have 97 here. This whole sheet's filled up.
Yeah. We said I've never had a 2-page roster here, but Ravenwood with 113 players on the roster. Greg from the pistol. Panea to his right. They'll hand it off this time to Panea. Now he'll cut it back to the left side. Makes one man miss. Still on his feet, trying to get outside, and he'll be wrestled to the ground. A flag comes in.
It may have been a face mask. It looked like he tackled him a little high, but I couldn't tell if he grabbed the mask or not.
Dallas Stallings made the tackle. It's going to be either a face mask or horse collar tackle.
Yeah, either one.
There's a flag on the play.
And it is going to be a face mask penalty.
Ravenwood penalized for a face mask.
This is kind of what I was talking to. I mean, no matter what happens here, they put together a good little drive.
Yep.
You know, they're showing some fight. They had to. You know, you've had a really good pass play to get them about midfield, a couple first downs. Now the face mask puts them down here where they have a chance to score.
First and 10 from the 12. Greg being chased. Now he'll start to retreat and throw, and wisely just throws that one away.
Yeah.
Good job by the sophomore there.
Yeah, I like that play a lot. I know sometimes it's hard to throw it away. You know, everybody wants to be in the paper, but it's good to eat one every now and then.
Yeah. I mean, you go back to people in my era, and me showing my age here. You know, Dan Marino was one of the least mobile quarterbacks you'd ever meet, but he was hard to sack because he'd just get rid of the ball. Peyton Manning, I mean, you know, just a good savvy play there. 2nd and 10 from the 12.
Yeah, neither one of them can move as fast as he just did.
Yeah.
Rolling out of the pocket.
Franklin can get a first down inside the 2-yard line. And we have a flag, and Ravenwood jumped. That's going to give Franklin 5 extra yards.
Ravenwood penalized 5 yards on encroachment.
So 2nd down and 5. Ball now at the 7-yard line. Again, Franklin can get a first down at the 2. Blitz picked up. Panea took a hit but got his man off. And Greg's going to be dragged out of bounds around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, you got to give Panea a lot of credit. That's one of the hardest things you ask a running back to do is stand in one spot while the other guy gets a running go, you know, for 5 yards and is just pounding down on you.
So they'll lose 3 yards on the play. But that's the running back's job on that play. Step up and take on that linebacker.
That, you know, there's a lot of running backs who are playing in front of faster running backs because they help protect the quarterback like that.
And Franklin moved. I think they're going to get, I think that was Miles Putnam that moved on the snap or before the snap. So Franklin going backwards now. It's 3rd and 13 with the ball now back at the 15-yard line.
It's 3rd down.
3 receivers closest to your screen for Franklin.
Greg throws, looking for the back of the end zone, incomplete. Was trying to hit number 15. Hudson Reed. And he was tangled up down there with, I think that was Sawyer Akers. And it's 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit. We're going to see Jose Gonzalez. They'll spot it at the 22. That'll make it a 32-yard field goal.
Jose Gonzalez going to take a 32-yard field goal.
Kick is on the way. And it's right through there and good. So Franklin on the board, 42 to 10.
Their silver sponsors for the 2025-26 season: Bartlett Law, Page Insurance, Darren Gilbert, Benchmark Realty.
Tell you this, there's a reason. I remember when I looked, getting ready for this today. In the first 4 games of the season, Ravenwood outscored opponents 143 to 59. And the first thing you usually ask in the first half of the season is like, who'd they play?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, this is a real deal. It's a good football team all around. They've been really sound defensively. Offensively, they've ran the ball consistently the entire game. This is a good football team.
Franklin High School Sports by following the official Franklin High Sports site on X. Simply search for Franklin Admirals Sports at WCS.
Yep, Franklin next week on the road. And Franklin on the road for quite a while, like we were saying earlier tonight. They're going to go on the road next Friday night. Yep. They'll be in Thompson Station to take on Independence. And you talk about a big game. Playoffs. You gotta win that game to stay in the playoff hunt. Yep. So that's a big game coming up. Then the following Thursday night, October 2nd, Franklin goes to Centennial for the crosstown rivalry, the Battle of Franklin, between the Cougars and the Admirals, followed by the bye week, and then Franklin back on the road at Brentwood. So 4 straight weeks. No home games, and Franklin will be back at home in October on the 24th to take on Summit. So it'll be a while before we're back on with you on a Friday night here for Franklin Admirals football. So 1st and 10 for Ravenwood, 3:38 clock running, 42 to 10.
I think that Independence game is when my kids go and make the line for them to run through. You know what I mean? I know they do one weekend as middle school and then one weekend as elementary schools.
Gotcha. So Ravenwood keeping it on the ground here. Number 28, Keaton Davis carried that time. Ravenwood now just taking some time. 8-yard gain on the play. In at quarterback now. I think that's.
Miles Putnam back. Second punt, I think, all game.
Yep.
Second punt, I think, all game.
Yep. Clock running, 1:25 to go. Ravenwood running the play clock down. Kick is away. Fair catch called for. So 1st and 10 for Franklin at the 40-yard line.
Pretty sure Ravenwood's playing Rocky Top, Jay.
I hear it. Franklin keeps it on the ground, hands it off to Chase Jennings. He'll lose a yard or two as 30 seconds to go.
I'm not against it.
Who'd have thought the best team in Nashville right now was going to be Vanderbilt?
Right. What's MTSU's record?
I don't know. Not as good as Vanderbilt's.
Right.
And that's probably going to be it. Franklin's not even going to snap it again. Time is going to run out, and homecoming 2025 is in the books with a 42-10 win for Ravenwood. So Franklin finishes up here tonight. They'll drop to 1-4 on the season through the first half. And, you know, Rocky, it's first decisive defeat for Franklin this year.
Yeah, like I said, this was the only out of the losses. You know, they fought. They were games. This is just one of those where, if I'm coach, I don't even put it on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just move on. You get better, refocus. I think you said they got the bye week and then 3 games. There's a bye week in there somewhere.
Well, you got two. You got Indy and Centennial, then the bye week, and then you come back with Brentwood. So
yeah, I mean, you got to forget this. I mean, it's like I said. I think that Ravenwood's a good team. They're not this much better of a team than what we've watched Franklin play in the past. So I think you got to put it behind you. You know, you got to get better. You got to go through another week of practice. You know, refocus. Come back out here and fight.
Yep, so Franklin drops this one, homecoming 42-10 to Ravenwood, drops to 1-4 overall and 0-3 in the region. And again, big one coming up next Friday night at Independence. So Admirals will be on the road again until October 24th, and that'll be the next time we'll be on the air. Here is October 24th for the Summit game. Again, final score tonight. Ravenwood wins this one 42-10. Appreciate everybody out there joining us here for Homecoming 2025. For Miss Carrie Thompson, for Rocky Jackson, I'm Jay Johnson saying so long from Franklin High School.
Have a good night.